Hello, Legends Anywhere, Anytime. This is Zach of SomeDudePlays.com, just some dude who likes to play video games, and welcome back to part 176 of Fire Emblem Three Houses Blue Lions. So, we do have some characters left to talk to, which are Felix, Sylvain, Dorothea, Flayn, Raphael, and Bernadetta. Everyone else we've gone and talked to, so we're good on that end of things. And then we do have to use up our last activity points and finish off these support conversations now. Who was the first one I was saying I needed to talk to this week? Linhardt's clear now. So we have Casper with Hilda, Catherine, and Shamir. So those ones we'll go through after we talk to some of the people here.
I once saw the prince patting the head of an orphan from the monastery. Does this mean even that cruel man has some empathy in his heart? Was it just a random whim? Maybe my eyes just tricked me.
Wow, so much can change during the years. Because, Dimitri was much more kind before his PTSD came into effect. Yeah.
Really?
But hey, at least we know he's still in there. We just need to give him a nice big kick in the pants to smarten him up. So let's chat with Felix here.
As powerful as our knights are, we're outnumbered by a long shot. This won't be easy. It's crazy to attempt this. I guess I'm crazy to go along with it.
Yes, you are. But hey, crazy is as crazy does, and you fit in just fine. Okay, so now I am just going to quickly check this area here for some items. But yeah, really... Oh, found something. I'm always happy to find new things. Yeah, surprisingly enough, there wasn't really anyone to talk to in this entrance hall. Usually there's someone there. But now, time to go and grab our items from around the amiibo gazebo. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is, the last spot I'm going to stop at is going to be the dining hall, so we'll just go around this way. Bernadetta always needs someone to try and help cheer her up.
So, the campaign continues, does it? Well, allow me, as a professional recluse with 10 years of experience, to volunteer for, staying behind. Oh, who am I kidding? The fighting won't stop until we've defeated Edelgard, will it? Or until we lose, I guess. But there's not much use in thinking about that.
Yep. Okay, and here's our little Flayn. Yes. Okay, so that's all going through. I did that earlier. Just wanted to double check.
The Battle of the Eagle and Lion. Has it truly been 5 years since then? Can you recall whether it was before or after I joined your class, Professor?
It was after, so this will get you support points.
I am glad you have not forgotten. It was shortly after I joined your class. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah, and as always in this area, there's always something to grab.
Hello.
No, I can hardly believe we're crossing the borders of the Empire to battle their army. Never thought I'd see the day. You'd never guess from the calm looks on everyone's faces, though. I mean, we're probably all gonna die, let's be honest.
Yeah, right.
His Highness, Lord Rodrigue, you? There's really something wrong with a lot of you, I swear.
He's calling us crazy for even attempting it.
I gotta say, it's tough to keep the fighting spirit alive when you recognize your enemies on the battlefield.
Yeah, and for Raphael, it's simply everyone gets that feeling.
So you can't avoid it, huh? How did everything get so messed up? Just because we're fighting someone doesn't mean we gotta hate them.
Yeah.
That's probably the worst thing about war. Win or lose, I still get a bad taste in my mouth.
And isn't that the truth? And Dorothea, so lonely out on the pier where we can fish.
The Great Bridge of Murden was considerably better fortified than it was 5 years ago. The bridge was full of soldiers, and they all died. And Ferdy was there. We killed Ferdy, Professor. He used to be our friend. Do you remember those days?
Yes I do. And she's very right to feel sad about that. We wish it didn't happen, but it did.
Hi.
Yeah, so if you don't recruit people from other classes before you get to the point, well, that's exactly what happens.
What about... Say we do manage to take down Edelgard here. What do you think His Highness will do next? As long as there's a plan, I won't complain. I just, you know, want to know there is a plan.
Head to the kingdom capital first.
Well, I'd be happy if that were the case, but I don't figure that'll actually happen. All this isn't just gonna magically end the moment we kill Edelgard. It's gone too far. I suppose we should focus on the battle right in front of us, instead of what happens later.
You know, that's actually a very good point from Sylvain. Now let's check roster, let's check Byleth. Skills. Authority is max. Yeah, I'll have to switch to Lance to bring it up. And I just realized I have the perfect person to talk to. He doesn't have it. Okay. So, sports. Yeah, I don't need to worry about Cyril, but yeah, I was going to start with Casper. So, Caspar and Catherine and Schmier, if I can. Yeah, Caspar and Shamir I can do. This is actually good that I could do today's special with them.
Ah, I can eat so much of this stuff. My stomach's growling just thinking about it.
I like seeing a table full of my favorite dishes.
Yep. And as always, there's an item there. Now let's see supports for Byleth. Wait. Okay, so I will just do some cooking with Gilbert. Ooh, I only have one goddess messenger. If you can get more of those, it's really good. We'll get speed because that's the most important one.
I have some experience with cooking. I'm sure I can aid you in the kitchen. Let me consider. How the meal tastes affects the morale of the troops. An army marches on its stomach, you know. Oh.
And there we go. Okay, so let's do our Caspar supports. So Hilda, Catherine, and Shamir.
You know, Hilda, I really appreciate how open-minded you are.
Oh? How do you mean?
People usually try to hold me back when I get into a fight. Not you, though. I like that about you. What was it again? You like a good fight? Yeah, I remember it now.
I'm not sure where you got that from. I try to avoid conflict of all kinds.
That can't be right. You complimented my fighting. Said you were smitten by it.
Well, if you really must know, I want to live freely, with nothing tying me down, so your uninhibited attitude does appeal to me. You don't let rules hold you back. You do things your way, and no one else's.
That makes sense. I guess I am pretty impressive. You're really amazing too, you know that?
Oh, me? Amazing? Shucks. I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
She's really playing him.
I think most people like to force their ideas on everyone else. They'll tell someone off if they don't like how the other person is living. Try to make them change even if they don't want to. You're different, though. You let people live however they want. There aren't a lot of people like you in the world.
Oh, stop. You're going to make me blush. No one's ever paid me so many compliments.
Come on, really?
This is interesting.
My big brother liked to tell me how lazy and careless I was. I've gotten scolds aplenty, but compliments, I'm not accustomed to.
That's surprising. But I don't think you should let it bother you so much. You shouldn't let anyone change you, or else you'll end up losing the qualities that make you so great.
I suppose you're right. Wow. Thanks, Caspar. We should live our own lives and stop worrying about others' opinions.
That was actually a nice little quick one and quite interesting. Oh yeah, so one thing I did forget to mention, I almost forgot about that, is the whole reason last week we only got one video out was I ended up into some hardware difficulties. My controller, both joysticks went and stopped working, so that's why there was no the wired controller, why I didn't do a Monster Hunter video. And so when I went to get Monster Hunter Rise, I grabbed a replacement, so PowerA does actually do decent controllers, and I probably won't go for a PDP gaming controller again. Just heard too many issues with them with joysticks and the way the controllers are.
Shamir, look out!
Okay, they are right in the middle of battle.
Caspar, are you all right? Talk to me.
Shamir!
Okay, it was a
Lower
nightmare.
Your voice.
Or
right here.
Or he got knocked out, and this is him waking up in the infirmary.
Look out! The enemy's right... We're in the infirmary?
Correct. It took you a while to wake up. You nearly died protecting me. Why did you do something so reckless?
Well, I saw that you were in trouble, and...
Is this your attempt to take responsibility for your father's actions? I don't need your pity, Caspar.
Wait a minute. I do feel guilty for what my father did to the Dagdans, but this has nothing to do with that.
Oh, he's serious.
I saw you were in danger and my body moved before I could even think about it. That's all.
You are still a fool. Learn to protect yourself before trying to protect me. There's no point in losing one life to save another. Yours holds just as much value as
Now
mine.
that is good advice.
I understand what you're saying, but...
However, I cannot deny that I owe you a debt. Thank you, Caspar. And I apologize.
For what? You didn't do anything.
For when we spoke before. I may have been too harsh. I cannot hold a grudge against someone who would risk his life for mine. That said, you need not worry about me.
Yeah, glad to hear it. But I gotta say, not worrying about you is a lot easier said than done.
Yep, so that's an interesting way to go about things. So, you know what? We'll do a meal between Lorenz and Marianne. Perfect.
I did not expect much from the dining hall, but this does not disappoint.
I like this dish. It was my father's favorite.
There we go. Yeah, because Lorenz, the only C rank he didn't have was for Marianne. But that just unlocked it. Nice. Ha, perfect. Now, Catherine, and there we go.
Hey, Catherine. I wanted to tell you I've decided to do things my own way.
I'm happy for you, Caspar, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, you know, in life and death situations like we talked about. I spent a lot of time thinking, but it was tough to figure out. Then I realized I was wasting my time. I decided I should keep fighting the way that feels right to me.
I thought that might be your decision.
I've still got something important to ask you, though.
Let's see where this is going.
Something important, huh? Let's hear it.
Could you keep an eye on me?
What? Why?
I may have decided to do things my own way, but I'm sure I'll still mess up sometimes. I might be able to avoid any real damage if a Knight of Seiros has my back.
I see. Then I refuse.
Oh, great. Thanks so much. I knew you'd... What?
After deciding to take your own path, you ask someone else to watch over you? It's like you can't think for yourself. Your simple-mindedness is kind of charming, but still.
I really thought you'd say yes. Now what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. I'm not your babysitter. You want someone to watch after you? Become the type of man people can't look away from.
Well, that's kind of some good advice. Okay, so Casper's is done. And let's do Bernie and Raphael.
There he is. Okay, Bernie, you can do this.
Oh, Bernadetta!
She's not running this time.
Just passing through. Didn't mean to scare you again.
No, it's alright. Actually, I came to talk to you. I owe you an apology. It's, long overdue.
Huh? What do you have to apologize for?
I'm hopelessly terrified of you. So every time I see you, I kinda lose my mind. But once you're gone and I get time to calm down, I realize I'm making a big deal out of nothing. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you before. I feel awful. I hope you can forgive me.
Come on now. It's alright. I wasn't really that bothered by it. Promise.
You know, throughout this entire thing, the one character that has the most development happens to be Bernadetta, from what I've seen.
I should have been more careful not to scare you. I'm a big guy, and my muscles can be intimidating.
No, you did nothing wrong. It's all my fault.
How about this? Let's say it's both our fault, and call it even. But you know, I've been thinking. You really are scared of everything. Is there something we can do to fix that?
You mean like a cure?
Something like that. I think we can figure this out. Your biggest fear is talking to people, right? If that's the case, you need to change the way you think about talking. Right now, you think it's bad, so you're afraid to do it. I figure if you talk to more people, then you'll think talking is good.
A simplistic method that could work, but maybe Bernadetta just needs to know the right things to talk about to make talking good to her.
It might be hard to suddenly start talking to people, though. You're gonna need to take it slow. Oh, I know. Start with me.
Which she already has.
With you? That'll be, tough. Maybe if you turn around, face the other way?
I guess if that's what you need. How's this?
And she's gonna run.
I bet if you get used to talking to me, your fears will go away in no time.
You're, still really intimidating. But, okay, I'll give it a try.
She didn't run. Oh, now that is a huge difference for Bernie. She actually stayed and talked to Raphael. Okay. Now, we'll do Raphael and Shamir.
Shamir.
Raphael?
He startled her.
All right. That went better than I thought. You make funny sounds when you're scared.
I wasn't scared. Forget that happened. Still, I'm impressed. You managed to sneak up on me. Not many can do that.
It's cause I practiced that in-out-out breathing you showed me. I practiced until I passed out. It was worth it though. I've been able to get real close to enemies lately without them noticing.
Now that is scary. The big brute learned stealth. Yeah, he's going to be king on the field of battle.
I think I pretty much got it figured out. Sneaking up on you is a good sign.
True. To be honest, I didn't think you had it in you. I never thought you'd be able to suppress that unbearably palpable presence of yours. I respect anyone who could learn so much in such a short period of time. You might even be ready for a recon mission.
Recon? With you? And me? Together?
Why the surprise? I said you were ready.
Wow! I never thought I'd get to go scouting with you! I guess that practice really is paying off. Whoa! Was that a smile?
He got Shamir
Calm
to smile.
down, Raphael. Are you really that excited to go with me? Your presence may have dimmed, but your emotions are hitting me like a tidal wave.
Oh, sorry. Is there a way to breathe and hide those too?
No, that requires different training from someone else. I'll keep you informed about the recon mission.
Okay, great. Looking forward to it.
Raphael really keeps his heart on his sleeve. Okay. And Ignatz and Leonie. Okay. Okay. Let's go down to Cyril. Okay, he's good. Shamir is also done. Catherine, we've missed hers with Loren, so that's nothing to worry about. But she's done as well. Alois is also done. Gilbert's good. And let's do Manuela and Sedith.
Sedith? Hello, Manuela. Is something the matter?
You surprised me is all. Though not as surprised as you when you found me here before. I've never seen you offering up prayers so solemnly.
I suppose I do typically make an effort to come here when no one else is around. Many look to me for guidance. I do not wish to disturb anyone's prayers with my own. But I did not come here only to pray.
Really? Then what were you doing?
I was swearing an oath to Saint Setheline. She is a special figure to me. It's become part of my routine to swear this oath before her likeness. More than any other, she wishes for a peaceful world. I believe it is my duty to grant her wish.
I had no idea you held such a passionate secret devotion, Sedith.
It's way, way more personal than that.
The legends of Saint Setheline do depict her as a kind, proper, and honorable woman. And she was so gentle and quiet, really kept to herself. It's no wonder you're infatuated with her.
You're thinking in the wrong direction, Manuela.
I think you may have misunderstood me.
It must be very lonely to be so in love with someone from the distant past.
Well, Seteth is in love with Setheline, but not in the way you're thinking, Manuela.
She is very special to me, yes, but not in that way.
You don't have to hide it from me, Sedith. I can keep a secret. But people from the past are gone. No matter how much you care for her, she can't love you back. Now then, if you turned your eyes to me, I could respond to your deepest, most powerful feelings.
You are completely mistaken.
She totally got him. Okay, so Hanuman's good. Flame is good. Okay, so we just have Seteth and Hilda. Okay, perfect. I'll do Seteth and Hilda, and Ignatz and Leonie in this video.
Hello, Hilda.
Oh, Seteth, good day.
Is it?
Did I do something wrong?
Not to my knowledge. But I cannot help but notice that you no longer shy away when I speak to you.
You noticed that, huh?
Now let's see what she's thinking about.
When you stare at me, I feel like you're peering into my soul.
And that no longer bothers you? Does that mean your conscience is finally clear?
Nah, I got used to it. I know you're not scary.
That's unfortunate. You really should do something to correct your lazy behavior.
Maybe that's true. I wouldn't want to be like the fox, forced to wander in the snow all winter.
She finally caught on to his story from the last support.
I'm pleased to see you grasped the moral of the story.
Don't you think the squirrel was a little cold-hearted, though? He seems not to care about what happens to his friend, as long as he himself is happy.
You know, that is a valid point. I have no wish to encourage that attitude in children. Perhaps if the fox only survives thanks to the squirrel kindly sharing some of his acorns. How does that sound to you?
I like it okay. I'm sure the kids will admire that nice, compassionate squirrel.
Seteth, do you realize what she just did? The lazy fox just got one over on the kind, compassionate squirrel.
Thank you for your insight. As it happens, I have some other stories that I wrote for Flame. Would you like to hear them?
You should make a book out of them. It's a shame that only Flame and I get to enjoy them.
What a fine idea. I will begin immediately. Though I feel such a book requires illustrations, and I have no artistic talent. Would you lend me a hand?
I think Ignatz might be a better choice, but I can probably manage. Not like they need to be terribly fancy.
I could use some more of your wisdom with regard to the content of the stories also.
That sounds like a pain, but I'm invested in this now. Let's do it!
Excellent! That's wonderful to hear. Let us produce the very best book we can, for the children's sake.
You look so excited. I can't help but lend a hand.
And there the squirrel goes around and turns it on the fox. Dragging them into his fun. Okay. Yeah, so Leonie and Ignatz.
Ah, Leonie. Off to train?
Already done. What about you? Off to draw?
No, I'm on my way back. I was thinking of adding a little color to my latest piece, so...
Come to think of it, I've still never seen your work. Here, let me take a peek.
It doesn't work like that. You have to let me know in advance. I need time to prepare.
Lighten up. Wow, look at all that paper. Are these all drawings? What should I look at first?
Yeah, in this case, Ignatz would have been a bit smart to have everything prepared, so they could look everything at, well, as it should be.
Wherever we travel, I try to capture the feeling and character of the landscape. I guess they've all kind of piled up.
Yeah, well, see them in some kind of order.
Each place is unique. Not just the geography, but also the clothing and architecture and so on. Everywhere has its own design sensibilities.
Yeah. You'd think there'd be only one way to do stuff like engraving, but it actually varies a lot.
Just within the Alliance, the styles are quite different between the North and South, and the Empire is even more diverse.
Oh, here's a landscape. What a bright blue sky. You really make it seem alive.
The blue of the sky changes with the season too. In the summer, it's darker, and yet in the winter, it's almost luminous. And, of course, the landscape below affects the sky's appearance by virtue of contrast. It's hard to get the color just right, so I spend a lot of time experimenting with pigments and... Oh no.
And he lost
so
her.
Sorry, I've been talking your ear off.
Listen, Ignatz, you need to become a painter.
Huh?
She is right.
Don't say it's not useful. Your talent moves people. Someday, I'm sure your art will save someone's life.
Oh no, I wouldn't go nearly that far.
Remember that girl you told me about? You made her so happy, and you were only just starting out. Think about what you could do now that you've had so much practice. This is your calling.
You think so?
Yeah, it's something you can do that no one else can.
And Ignatz is actually in the perfect position to do all this art because his parents were merchants. Raphael's parents were merchants, so he's in a very good place to sell them too.
I envy you. I wish I had a gift like that. So stop apologizing for your talent and just do it.
Thank you, Leonie. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to think about.
Okay, and there we go. Okay, I just need to check. Good. Now, let's see. Roster, let's check Byleths because I can do some training with them. I need Raiden and Lance up. So, you know what? Let's go and, okay. Let's go here. There you go. So let's talk to
Anyway.
Vanstrels. You know what? We'll do Raiden because it's actually easier for me to do Lances. And good, I am complete with that, so let's end here. So in our next video, we will do all of the Lorenz supports but Catherine, and that'll be the last little bit we'll do for the market for this video. So let's just double check. Ash, Ingrid. Have to wait on Dimitri. Good. Yeah, so I'm just making sure I've cleared out all the ones that still have more to gain for supports. Because once everything is filled out, everything will go so much quicker later on. I just wish I would have spread things out earlier in my playthrough and gotten a lot more of the supports done before part 1 ended. It would have actually been way quicker than it is now. I would have still had to show them, but it wouldn't be taking 2 or 3 videos in a row. Okay, so hopefully Gilbert can still get the ranks with Dedue there. But yeah, we are clear to go. So this is Zach of SomeDudePlays.com, just some dude who likes to play video games. And as always, if you've liked my videos, please like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications, share, visit SomeDudePlays.com. This will all help my channel grow, and you know the deal. Other than that, we are all legends, and have a great day, everyone.